Freddie Mills faces Len Harvey for the British and British Empire light heavyweight titles, plus British recognition as the world champion. London, 20th of June, 1942.
The introduction's over. More than 30,000 spectators settle down in anticipation of a strongly fought slogging match. In the first round, Harvey mixes punches, but most of the exchanges are at close quarters. One or two blows begin to creep round the back of Harvey's neck, but in the main, round one is just a lot of infighting with both men adding up points. Harvey is 13 years older than young Mills, and it's just possible that those years are beginning to tell. Harvey entered the ring with a proud record of never having been knocked out in a fight. And that's the end of round one. In a few seconds now, Harvey will come out of his corner for the Mills bomb finish. Mills has him on the ropes and is sending in a fusillade of lefts and rights to the fading champion. One more shattering punch and away goes Harvey through the ropes and headlong out of the ring. After 4 minutes of fighting time, Mills gave the payoff punch that won him 3 titles and no jankers for hitting a superior officer.
Mills takes on the British and Empire heavyweight champion Bruce Woodcock. London, 4th of June, 1946.
There goes the bell for round one. There's plenty of excitement in the first minutes. Mills gets right to work with his famous swinging left, but see for yourself. And that's the end of round one. Mills forces the pace, but Woodcock meets him, and he's certainly using his left to good advantage. There's terrific excitement as Woodcock appears to stagger into a clinch. But he's all right and quickly starts fighting back. The end of round 2, and both fighters go back to their corners still fresh. Referee DeYoung enjoys a breather too. Round 3, and it continues at the same terrific pace. Keep your eye on that devastating right of Woodcock's. Wow, that little burst would have finished a lot of fighters. And there's no doubt that Freddie deserves his reputation of the man with the granite jaw. Ask Lesnovich. Round 4, and Mills comes out still pursuing his favorite rushing tactic. But Woodcock manages to keep out of the way of a lot of Mills' wild swings, and pretty well blow for blow is exchanged. Both fighters continue a fairly even exchange as the 8th round opens. Then Woodcock's smashing right comes into evidence again, but he fails to follow up his advantage. There's that dynamic right of Woodcock's again. There's no doubt that again was Woodcock's round. Those vicious rights were again much in evidence, but once more he failed to follow up his advantage. And Mills, game as ever, not only came back for more, but also carried the fight right back to Woodcock. And so to the final round, and there seems little doubt that Woodcock is ahead on points. Though both fighters are pretty badly battered, they're both out for a kill, and there's no sign of any let-up on either side. And without a second's hesitation, the young raises Woodcock's hand, and Woodcock is the winner. A verdict which meets with the crowd's approval. Well, it's been a great fight, as I'm sure both the contestants, battered though they look, must agree. And while the crowd cheers Bruce Woodcock for yet another great victory, they also give a big hand to Freddie Mills, as game a fighter as they make him.
Mills defends his European light heavyweight crown against Paco Bueno of Spain. London, 17th of February, 1948.
Everybody expects Freddie to wade in with both fists whirling. That's the only way he knows how to fight. But Bueno's a bit of a dark horse, so we don't know what to expect from him.
Quick, get away now. Go, Bill. Go back.
Freddie's really in gear. He's driving his man back in the ropes. He's missing a lot, but those that do land hurt. That left hook to Bueno's head really dazed the Spaniard. Paco's trying to fight back, but there's no weight behind those left hands. Bueno's seconds are certainly working hard on the running repairs. As I thought, that left must have made Bueno pretty rocky. Round two coming up, and so's Bueno. I don't think it's worth me keeping a point score on this. It won't last long enough. Mills is out for blood, and it's out for Bueno if he connects. Bueno doesn't seem to be able to do anything but hold now. Spaniard bobs and weaves, and Freddie's getting a little wild. trouble with the ref again, but he and Freddie seem to be on nodding terms. Freddie's wasting a lot of punches on the Spaniard's arms and elbows. He's getting through his opponent's defense with some mighty solid hooks and swings, but mostly to the temple. Yes, I thought so. Bueno can't take any more. They never get up when they fall that way, face downwards. Bueno really looks in bad shape. I see the doctors there. Freddie looks very satisfied. And Bueno looks as though he's had enough too.
One day, Gene Tunney, one of the greatest champions of all time, arrived by air from America. The man who twice beat Jack Dempsey had crossed the Atlantic with former world amateur champion Eddie Egan to watch Freddie Mills fight another American for the light heavyweight championship of the world, Gus Lesnevich, a truly great fighter, already named as a worthy opponent for the Brown Bomber himself. It looked like an easy for the genial Gus. However, the amiable Freddie didn't see it that way. With the shrewd help of veteran manager Ted Broadrib, he'd fought his way back to earn this big chance. And it was on the cards that between them they might turn up a surprise for the mighty Gus. Under the guidance of trainer Nat Sellers, Freddie got busy.
Mills challenges American Gus Lesnevich for the world light heavyweight title. London, 26th of July, 1948.
The fight opened sensationally. With Gus apparently going for a quick decision, Freddie fought back fiercely and cut the champion over both eyes. With their all-out efforts of the first 2 rounds showing small returns, both boxers became extremely cautious, and their inactivity caused referee Ted Waltham to caution them to start fighting. As the 10th round opened, once again he demanded more action. The result was sensational. You will be able to judge for yourselves the alleged long count. Well, that was the controversial count. What do you think? Working grimly and skillfully, even shaking Lesnovich's head to clear his mind, Joe Veller in the second sent Gus back into the ring to fight back strongly. The last round found Gus still gamely trying to save the day. It's 45 years since the last Englishman won the World Light Heavy title. Once every 45 years isn't often enough. So hang on to it, Freddie. You've earned it.
Mills travels to South Africa to take on the national heavyweight champion Johnny Ralph. Johannesburg, 6th of November, 1948.
As the fight entered the halfway stage, the outcome was no longer in doubt. If a 6,000-foot altitude has a serious effect on boxers, Freddie Mills didn't show it. What followed was a nightmare for the South African and only served to prove that he can take it. Downed 5 times during the round, Johnny Ralph weathered the storm and even mustered the courage and strength for the brave gesture, dazed and battered as he was, of trotting back to his corner when the Don finally came to his aid. The seventh round couldn't last. Yet when Ralph slipped again, Mills actually helped him up and took him to rub his feet in the resin in his own corner. It was undoubtedly sporting, particularly as it gave Ralph a few more precious seconds to recover. But it also showed that Freddie Mills had no qualms about his own ability to win the fight. Freddie Mills made up his mind that the fight had gone far enough. As Lynn McLaughlin and Tom Holstock got the stricken Ralph back to his corner, the crowd gave his victor a well-deserved ovation. He had shown himself a worthy world champion.
Mills takes on Bruce Woodcock with the British Empire and European heavyweight titles at stake. London, 2nd of June, 1949.
Round one begins, fight fans are asking, will the Woodcock jaw, shattered by Baxi 2 years ago, stand up? Although Mills is a stone and a half lighter, and he's handicapped in reach, he's got a heart as big as the White City itself. And here's the first big surprise. We thought Freddie was going to carry the fight, but it's Bruce, back with all his old confidence, gunning for Mills. The fight lasted nearly 1 hour. We can only show you the highlights. Take a ringside seat and watch it for yourselves. Sam Russell signals it's all over. It's the best night's work that Bruce has ever done. The record first isn't bad overtime. The proudest men in the world are Bruce's dad, brothers, and manager Tom Hurst. And salute a gallant loser who stood up to enough punishment for 10 men. Freddie also collected. But boy, he certainly earned every penny. Good show, Freddie, says Woodcock. And the amazing Mills replies, good luck, Bruce. I hope you win the world title. Can't get better sportsmanship than that.